If you're trying to become a trader, you're going to want to watch this. Why? Because I'm probably about to crush your dreams of you thinking you're going to turn $50 into $50,000 in the next year and start driving a Lamborghini. The reality is that's just not feasible. But what is feasible is making millions of dollars using the correct strategies in trading. But it's probably not in the way you think. I've been doing this for the last 20 years, which has resulted in me making millions of dollars, but also losing millions of dollars because I've made every mistake in the book, and that allows me to provide a lot of value to you. On top of that, I know exactly how this entire trading industry works, and I'm about to tell you some things that a lot of people probably don't want you to know, but let's open up this can of worms. So in today's video, I'm going to give you some brutally honest advice with 8 dark truths about how this game actually works. And if you want to actually become a successful trader and make millions of dollars, I suggest you stick around. Dark truth number 1, your favorite trading, Forex, crypto, stock guru out there is probably not telling you the reality of how they're making all their money. And the reality is all of them who are having success on social media, showing off their Lamborghinis, travel, watches, Rolexes, what have you, girls, the entire lifestyle, the majority of it is being paid for by the products that they're selling, whether it be courses, alerts, or the broker that they're either affiliated with or actually own behind the scenes. Okay, so that's something that you have to understand. Now, it depends on how you look at this. It could be either a good thing or a bad thing, depending on what your goals in life are. Just because someone sells courses, such as me, who I've been selling courses since 2010, I've made millions of dollars, millions and millions of dollars being part of this industry, selling courses and alerts. A lot of the lifestyle that I have is paid for through the business that I run. But this doesn't mean that me or other gurus out there don't have value to provide and aren't making money trading. I always get the question of, hey Cam, do you make more money trading or do you make more money courses? Make more money in courses. It's always courses. For instance, in 2021, that was my biggest trading year ever. And it actually came off of me coming out of retirement. I retired in stocks in like 2017 or something. I didn't trade for 2 years. All of a sudden, next thing you know, COVID's coming around and a lot of people start talking about crypto. So I just start looking at crypto, seeing, hey, this is kind of looking the similar way that stocks reacted when I traded stocks for the last 16 years leading into this. So what I do, I dropped $20,000 into a crypto account, started trading, had some success with it right in the beginning because it was very similar to how I traded stocks. Next thing you know, I'm back on YouTube. My YouTube account is blowing up. I'm providing all this valuable content on how I'm making money. Long story short, I made $1.7 million trading that year, which allowed me to make ding, 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 $5 million selling trading courses and access to my alerts. Okay, so the more money I make trading, the more money I'm going to make in courses. This is just the reality of the game. Now, that brings me to you looking at any other guru out there. Sure, some of them are probably making pretty good money, but the reality is a lot of the lifestyle that they're portraying on social media is paid for by the product that they are selling you. So it's something that you need to take note of. For me, I never use trading profits to actually pay for bills. The only thing I buy with trading profits are assets that can continually make me money, such as this villa that I'm living in here now. I just built it. Took me 2 years to design and build here in Bali. I use trading profits to pay for that. I just bought land further up north in Bali. I use trading profits for that. I use trading profits to buy my Maserati. I use trading profits to buy my boat. Why? Well, one, just for the pleasure, but also because it allowed me to make YouTube content about these things I'm buying to sell more product. Okay, so I'm just being brutally honest. This is how the guru industry works. We trade, we make money, we buy fun things. I never use it to pay bills, and I don't think you should too. But what trading can do is provide wealth to then diversify your assets and buy things that could potentially make you more money. On top of that, you have to earn the right to become a guru in trading. While most of them are going to get weeded out if they're not actually good traders, if you can potentially become a good trader and make a shitload of money trading, and you're a social media personality, you can combine those both together and create a pretty killer revenue stream. So that's something you need to take into factor when you're wanting to become a trader. Is a lot of what we're portraying on social media, and a lot of what most people like. I used to be a lot more flashy in my lifestyle marketing. Now I don't really do any of it, but most people who are showing off all their Lambos and Ferraris, that's all paid for through the courses. Brief interruption here, guys. Did you know that 75% of traders have accounts under $25,000? This creates a huge problem because even if you double that account in a year, which is almost impossible, you're still only making $25,000. Introducing Hydra Funding, where you can potentially get access up to $500,000 in capital. all you have to do, guys, is sign up for a challenge account, which is going to give you potentially access up to $500,000. And if you earn a 10% profit in this demo account without going into a 5% loss overall or a 4% loss in a day, you will then pass their evaluation phase and yes, get access to an account with the selected size account. And now, instead of trying to double a $10,000 account, you could potentially earn only 10% on a $100,000 account to earn the same level of profits. And the benefits of this are huge. Rather than risking your entire $10,000 on one account, you can use just $1,000 to potentially get access to $100,000 in capital. You can trade crypto, Forex, stocks, CFTs, gold, oil, everything under the sun, all on MT4 and MT5. If you're interested, if you have an account under $25,000, like 75% of traders out there, you're not going to make any money with that account because it's too small. Get access to pro level funding and pro level capital with Hydra funding. Link's going to be below. Truth number 2, guys, is that you're never going to flip accounts successfully long term and think that that's going to be a viable strategy. I just want to play a little clip for you guys here, which is like a classic Forex story that is basically designed to sucker you in to start buying products about this. And while, let's just watch it and I'll tell you what I think about it afterwards.
Got fired from my job, right? And some friends of mine, they put like $500 in a live account. And I was like, we want to see what you could do with this. So the first week I had a ticket from 500 to 1,000, made 100%. Cool, you know? Of course, I'm risking like 20% of trade or so, right? And the second week after that, I dropped it from $1,000 down to $89. I was like, let me get this fucking $89 account back to like 500.
That's when you get super focused.
Bro, I got that. Bro, I didn't even know I could do that, bro. I got it from $89 to 500. And long story short, bro, from $89 in about 3 months to $22,000.
That's wild.
Yeah, bro, it was crazy. And then throughout that process, I had a trade copier. So we had like a couple accounts connected. They ended up putting like my own money, had like 1,000, turned 1,000 to $12,000 profit off of that $1,000 account. And then also connected a $5,000 account, take that $5,000 account to like $40,000, bro. And bro,
very quickly, everyone wants to connect.
Yeah, hey, bro, like friends, family, like, so I started managing everyone's money, you know, but
yeah,
that went well, got withdrawals, everyone got paid out, things like that. So for me, that was like pivotal point in my career and my trading journey is like, you know what, like I learned so much from that. And then also I got funded and then got like a $40,000 payout off of a 300K account over like 3 months or so as well. So
that's fire.
Super focused, my what you got was completely irrational and crazy to go from $89 back to 500. Listen, I'm not doubting the fact that he did that. I bet he did do that. Listen, I've done things like that before in my trading career plenty of times. The problem is you're not going to do that consistently over the long run. In fact, he just said he was betting 20% per trade. If you lose on 2 trades in a row, you're down almost 50% in your account in just 2 losses right there. Okay. And in order to make back 50% of a loss, you now have to double your account. Now you have to earn 100% just to make up for 2 losses in a row. This is why you're never going to flip accounts ever long-term successfully. There is not a single trader out there in the world that is using a strategy like this to make money long-term. You have to be conservative. You have to play it safe. And you have to think about defense over offense on every trade that you make if you want to have any sort of success and consistency in the long run. So while he probably did do that, that's probably a real story. Bravo. But I can tell you what, if you talk to this guy in the next year and ask him where he is in his trading career, if he's still using the same strategy, he probably at least blew up a few accounts and didn't find any long-term success in this. So the question is, should you try this strategy? In all honesty, if you want to swing for the fence and try to flip an account from $50 into $500 or $500 into $50,000, I think you should try it because it creates a valuable lesson for you where you go in and have this beginner's luck or some sort of success. You have a winning streak of a lot of wins that come in that can exponentially grow your account when you're taking big risky bets. The problem is, as soon as that winning streak and cycle is over, you then go in a downward spiral that is so easy to blow up your account. So go out there, risk it all, blow up a few accounts, because I promise reality always sets back in and you always have to come back into baseline. And that is, you cannot trade like that consistently over the long run. There's not a single person out there who has found consistent success doing something like that and is actually making money long term. Okay, short term, you can do this kind of shit, but you always blow up. Dark truth number 3 is that bull markets always end with a bang and pretty much take everyone with them, okay? Yes, we just talked about flipping accounts. And in fact, I turned 20K into about 1.7 million in the 2021 bull run. Yeah, so I flipped an account many times over in a super cycle bull run. The stars were aligned and I had 15 to 16 years of experience behind my back at that time, more like 18 at that time, and I was able to do it. But I also understand that bull runs and cycles come to an end. The problem is most people go into a bull run, they make a bunch of money, but at the top of the bull run, they have expectations of it going continually and continually higher, and they never accept what they have, and the greed always sets in and they always want more. But at some point, a super cycle and a bull run always ends and it starts coming back down. And if we look at the history of crypto bull runs, typically they drop 80 to 90%. And most often, everyone who is participating in this bull run, talking with all their friends about how much money they make, so excited because their account's on all-time highs. Eventually that cycle ends, drops 80 to 90% in the entire market, and it takes everyone with them. So you have to understand that market cycles shift. Market cycles end. And if you don't shift with the shift of the market, you will blow everything up. Truth number 4, you're gonna have to give up all that fun and juicy, exciting trading that I know you want to take. I know you want to turn $100 into $1,000 in the next week. I know you want to do that, but you're gonna have to give up that dream. And you're gonna have to start playing safe and start using the get rich slow approach, because it is the only way to have any sort of longevity in this game, okay? And if you don't have longevity, you can never exponentially grow your account, because you're always going to be doing this roller coaster. You're not going to be able to sleep at night. You're going to hate your life. You're going to yell at your girlfriend because you're losing money all the time, and it's not going to be fun. I tell you this out of experience, my own self, okay? So what do you have to do to actually find long-term success and actually have longevity? Well, you have to reduce the position size vastly. Now, this doesn't mean you can't make a shitload of money, but it means you have to put limits on what you can risk per trade. For me, my max is 2% per trade. Let's just take a look at the charts. I'm gonna show you exactly how to set this up. All right, guys, so this is actually a $1 million challenge account at Hydra Funding that I'm taking right now. And I'm typically only risking between 0.5 to 1.5%. For this example, I'm gonna show you the max 2% on this setup right now. Let's just say, for instance, we wanted to place a short on Bitcoin, and we wanted to put a stop up here at about 5,000. We can set the max risk here to 2%, and we want our profit target to come all the way back down here. Now, the only things that matter here is your entry and your stop level. This determines the amount of risk and the amount of lot sizes that you can actually enter. And you can see as soon as I drag this thing up and down here, the lot size changes. So if I want to take a really, really big position here, but still only risk 2%, I have to bring the stop very close to my entry, because you can see the closer I get to my entry, the larger the lot size gets. And the larger the lot size gets, the bigger my profit gets. So you can see as soon as I drag this up and allow my stop more wiggle room, the smaller potential profit I'm going to get, because the smaller lot size and position I'm going to take. But the closer I get to my entry, the bigger my profit gets, because I'm taking a bigger lot in position on this. But the caveat here is that I'm more likely to get stopped out on this position, right? And we always need wiggle room in trading. It's always way more volatile than we expect. Whenever you think your stop is going to be here, you should have put it up here, right? Whenever you buy something down here, you think it's going to only go this far, but it goes this far and stops you out before actually going up. So it's important that you allow yourself a lot of wiggle room in all your trades. But the most important thing is only risking maximum 2%. For instance, this is a $1 million challenge account, so a 2% loss on this would just be $2,000. That other guy we just talked about in the example of this video was risking 20%. That would mean I'd take a $200,000 loss if I lost. That's absolutely ridiculous. If I lost 3 trades in a row, I'd be down like 60% on my account. You can't recover from a 60% drawdown. That's just absolutely stupid. Never risk more than 2%. This is actually my degenerate trading app, which is actually coming soon, which is the MT5 application that'll calculate all your risk for you based on your entry and your percentage of the stop that you want to allow for your trade. Dark truth number 5 is that your opinion doesn't matter. Your fundamental outlook doesn't matter. Whatever thesis you're creating for a bull market or a bear market typically takes a lot longer to play out than you expect. And a lot of times You don't have the amount of liquidity where your stop gets stopped out because the charts are so volatile, so that your thesis on your opinion is never able to come into fruition for you to make money. You have to think about this differently because the only truth is what price is telling you. Now, a lot of people will probably look at a chart like, say, Bitcoin and see a bunch of squiggly lines and don't really think much of it. But the reality is, when you look at the history of, let's say, the last 5 years of Bitcoin, you want to know what that is? That is a literal painting of the entire neural network of traders, from institutions, hedge funds, retail traders, Michael Saylor, what have you. That is a literal painting of how everyone, the entire network, reacted under every situation over the past 5 years. Based on what we saw in the past, we have seen how the entire network of traders reacted under these certain conditions. So that is how you look at technical analysis. That is how you create an opinion. That is how you create a trade plan. Your opinion doesn't matter. You have to create a trade plan by understanding how the entire neural network of traders reacts under certain conditions. Only way to do that is to look at price and look at the chart. Dark truth number 6, guys. Trading is a profession. If you're not a pro, you're not making any money. My best analogy I can make for this is, let's say you go to an NBA basketball game. There's 10 people on the court and there's 30,000 people in the stands. This is almost the same statistic of 98% plus of traders are making money and only about 2% are making money. So imagine if you're in the stands and you decided, hey, you know what? I want to go down on that basketball court and ask the coach if I can go in for a quarter and see how I perform against these other pro players. What do you think is going to happen? You're going to get demolished. You're going to have zero chance of being any sort of use or any chance of you scoring any points on that court. Why? Because you haven't earned the right to be on that court, nor do you have the skill set or knowledge to be on that court either. This is the same thing that goes in trading. So before you ever even open a trading account and start using real money, you need, one, the knowledge of a professional trader of exactly how this game works. You need a deep and full understanding of a trading strategy. You need a deep and full understanding of a risk management system to put on top of that strategy. And then and only then can you start practicing, maybe with fake money, using the things that you know. And then and only then, after you have proven that you can make money, should you be going live trading. This is the exact opposite approach that most traders take. They open an account, start risking everything, and go out and start on that NBA basketball court on day one and think they're going to compete. No, no, no. You are not a professional. You need to put in the time if you want to ever actually make money. And you have to have all the assets and knowledge of a professional trader if you want to become a professional trader and actually start making money. Dark truth number 7 is that you need money to make money. Now, funded trading accounts have been making waves in the industry. Why? Because they actually make so much sense. Because the reality is there's a 98% chance, probably more than that, 99%, that you're going to blow up your first account. And so if you go to a normal broker and open up an account, let's say $10,000, there's a 98% chance that you're just going to go right ahead and blow that account up. But let's say you go to a funded platform like Hydra Funding. Yes, it's mine. If you sign up there, I'm probably going to make some money off of it, just being honest here. But it is a much better system to create a learning environment for a trader. Rather than risking your $10,000 at a normal broker, you can deposit just a small fraction of that, $400 to $700, to get access to potentially $100,000 to trade with. Now, if you fail, you just lose that $400 to $700, whatever plan you're picking, right? That's a very small loss. But if you fail on a normal broker, you just blew up your entire $10,000 account. On top of that, in order to make $10,000, let's say at your normal broker, and you deposit $10,000, you have to double that account, which is insane. You're not going to do it anytime soon. The problem is most of you are going to try to flip that account, make $10,000 real quick and turn it into $20,000. That's ridiculous. If you got a $100,000 funded account, you would only have to go for a 10% profit to make that same $10,000. That is a much more feasible and realistic goal that you can achieve in a safe and low risk manner without having to make some stupid bet of you trying to flip an account, which is terrible trading behavior and building terrible habits for your longevity. The reality is, in order for you to make real significant money in trading, you need capital. And that's where funded trading comes in. It really is a game changer. Check out Hydra Funding if you want to know more about that, or go to another funding program if you like them better. And dark truth number 8, guys, is that it's going to take you a lot longer than you think to become a profitable trader. For me personally, it took me almost 4 years of around doing all the dumb shit, like trying to flip accounts in the beginning, of just losing money and making all the necessary mistakes that I needed to make until I finally let reality set in and realize, okay, I have to take a get rich slow approach if I actually want to have longevity in this game. Yes, it creates less exciting trading because you're taking much less risk, but it always comes back and punches you in the face every time you try to just bend the rules a little bit. Every time you just bend the rules this much, it slaps you in the face and you end up blowing up your account. That is why it's going to take longer than you expect, because you have to take a get rich slow approach. But at the end of the day, exponential growth will kick in as soon as you start getting any sort of momentum. You just have to remember, even momentum can be your biggest enemy, because momentum builds confidence, and confidence encourages you to take bigger risks. And I promise you, risks are never the right idea. Right now, I am going to shamelessly pitch my brand new book, The Wolf Principles, which is going to teach you everything you need to know about getting started the proper way. It's going to teach you everything you need to know about the ins and outs of this industry and how to actually find long-term success. Obviously, I can't go through everything in this video, but I go into full detail on strategies, how markets are manipulated by the big boys and the hedge funds in this game, and how you can actually trade like them, okay? And understand this deep psychology of how the markets work and how to take advantage of all the fear of all the noobs like me in the beginning and probably you right now, right? Making money and trading. All it is a wealth transfer. A bunch of idiots that just throw their money in the markets thinking that it's going to be easy. All they're doing is just giving it to people. They're giving it to the pros. They're giving it to the people who earn the right to be there. So if you want to earn the right to be there, to be on that court and actually make money and steal money from everybody else who is just throwing cash in the markets with no clue what they're doing, because that's where the money comes from, guys. The money doesn't just get created out of thin air. The people who make money steal it from the unknowledgeable. Okay, and I want to make you a knowledgeable trader. My book is absolutely free. It's just a small $1 processing fee. There's going to be a link in the description below. But anyways, guys, that is a wrap for today's video. Like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you thought in the comments, and hopefully you liked it. See you in the next one.